Whew, are you ready for a double dose of Chris Masters? I don't even know if I'm ready for a double dose of Chris Masters. But feeling very alive right now. Alive with thoughts, alive with insights, and alive with things I can share. A wealth of knowledge that I'm sitting on. I'm not doing the world a service by not sharing it. So, double negative there. Why I do coaching. Let's talk about it. Why I do coaching. Now, when speaking about purpose, I feel like I've gone through a few different ikigais, a few different whys. Alright? If you asked me about 6-7 years ago what my ikigai was, it would have been acting. If you asked me 5 years ago, it would be coaching. And I was going deep into my personal development, I enrolled in the Coaching Institute, went full-time with my coaching business as well as my training. And I was, in the words of Vishen Lakhiani, I probably went through about 5 different massive changes in 1 year in terms of identity shifts. Big ones, I'm talking about big ones. And, as Lakhiani said, right? Like Vishen Lakhiani, he said, you go into deep personal development and your friends have to catch up with you every month to meet the new you and to get reintroduced to the new you. And so I had a lot of shifts and changes, within 2.5 years, I changed my niche. I went from acting to generalist coach, quote unquote life coaching. Life coaching is bullshit, by the way, the term life coaching. Life coaching, right? Because it presupposes that we are experts in life, which we are not. We, as coaches, can only teach to the extent of what we've experienced and what we've gone through in our journey, what we've learned. So there's no such thing as life coaching. And on top of that, there's a lot of cowboy schools that teach life coaching. And a lot of it is bullshit, right? But in the Coaching Institute, we learned in a lot of structure, in an adult growth model, a bunch of ideas. You could say a hierarchy of ideas. And the niches that I went through, I went acting, generalist coach, to leadership, to wealth generation, love and abundance, to relationships, again, love and abundance. And what does everyone need? Everyone needs love and everyone needs wealth. So it was a fantastic combination. I was like, love and abundance. I can't be contained by one niche. I got to do love and abundance. Right? I ran 1-day immersions weekly for 6 weeks, called Love and Abundance. So my whys have changed a lot. Currently, vulnerable share here. Currently, I spend a lot of time chauffeuring. I spent a lot of time achieving one of my goals that I set forth years ago, 2.5 years ago, to be the best Marvel Snap player. I am one of the best Marvel Snap players. That's a whole nother story. But in coaching, why I do coaching, man? Coaching, I lived and breathed coaching for a long time. And recently I've been feeling the calling to come back to it, to serve as a coach, to serve in that way. In this time, in winter in Melbourne, when a lot of people are experiencing SAD, S-A-D, sunlight attuned depression. And I have 2 friends, 2 very close friends. One of them, one of my best friends, right? Is going through some hardships right now. I won't say his name. He knows who he is. It's Memorial Day coming up, and he's a former Special Forces guy. And Veterans Day, it's about veterans, right? It's about living veterans. Memorial Day, similar to Lest We Forget in Australia. Lest We Forget. It's about the fallen soldiers. And my dear friend, one of my best friends, former Special Forces guy, he lost one of his best friends in a tragic incident. And this is the time of the year that he's remembered by it. So he's given me the loving preface that he's gonna be like this for like the next 5 days. And on top of that, then another friend of mine who has a number of losses recently in his life, also going through a bit of this. So it's very prescient right now in my spheres of love and spheres of influence. People in need. So my encouragement to all those who are coaches out there: do the work, serve, give love, give light, hold sacred containers for people, because it's needed. One of my mentors once said, how many great coaches are there, Chris? How many great coaches are there? Probably 100 in the world. Probably 100,000, if that. So we are needed. And it's a scalable business. If you want to make it a growing business, it's a scalable business. So do it. So coach. That's what's been sitting in my heart recently. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. And so much love and light to you. God bless.